Welcome to Washington Whispers. I'm the editor, Paul Bedard. First, Happy New Year to you all, and thanks so much for helping get our podcast and videocast up and running in its first year. Alright, if you're like me, January and February are pretty slow times, and that's when I get my book reading in. And this week I stumbled across one that just wowed me. I love history, and this new book about Arlington National Cemetery, from its days as Robert E. Lee's home to today's solemn burials of Iraq and Afghan war dead, is just fascinating. It's titled On Hallowed Ground, written by Robert Poole, the former top editor of National Geographic. I talked to Poole, and he said his idea was to write about Arlington as if it were a person and not some historical site. And he really brought the cemetery, which is home to 300,000 grave sites, to life. My favorite part is the Kennedy chapter. Crazy as it might sound, he found some new details about what has to be the most publicized burial ever, that of JFK. For example, you know the story of a woman extinguishing the eternal flame with holy water the day after JFK was buried? Well, it was a Zippo that relit it. And did you know that the 3.2-acre family plot now home to Bobby and Teddy is regularly vandalized? Well, check it out. Another book at least Republicans might check out is Michael Steele's Right Now, and is his 12-step program to defeating Obama. And as you can imagine, it's heavy on Reagan and media bashing. It's an us versus them look at the world, and you know who them are. And then there's the mystery about the illnesses suffered by FDR. In FDR's Deadly Secret, neurologist Steve Lamazzo suggests that FDR never should have considered a fourth term because his brain hemorrhages were so bad he'd be unconscious a lot. But he's not really down on keeping a president's bad health secret. Tying it to today's terror threats, he suggests that the bad guys would love to know when a president is having bouts of incapacitation. Anyone, he writes, doing espionage wants to know the health of a leader. And finally, I want to point out a thing called Wiis for Warriors. There's this Air Force Staff Sergeant, David Flowers, who lost part of his leg to an Afghan landmine in May. While at Walter Reed, he started his PT on a Nintendo Wii Fit, and well, it fixed him up. Wii is the largest reason I am walking today, he tells me. Well, he and his wife Elizabeth have now started a site, WiisForWarriors.com, to raise money to buy and donate more Wiis. Write that site down, www.Wiis, I think it could help a lot. Well, let's toast the new year and hope it's very whisper-worthy. I'm Paul Bedard.